look at look at how terrifying that is. Oh my Lanta, it's so terrifying. Hey guys, welcome back to Valheim. This is going to be episode 13. Before we get started today, I did just want to say thank you guys so much for your continued support on the videos. It really does mean a lot to me. If you find yourselves liking this video, you could do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit that like button and consider subscribing as well. The channel here also has its own Discord. You are all, of course, welcome to join that. The link for that is going to be in the description down below. So guys, in the last episode, I think I was showing off the castle. We did a little bit more building. Since then, I have finished the overall structure of the castle. It's not done. We're not completely done, but most of what's left is just decorating. So I'm going to show you guys what we have, like, you know, where it's sitting at right now. My goal is to get it all decorated to where I want it, and then I was hoping to actually submit it for Build of the Month. After that, I may go through and get rid of some of the decor. And the only problem for that is frame rates. So I have gone through and done a lot to improve my frame rate, guys. And I have by no means a crappy computer. So it's rough. And all the people that play with me, their computers are actually not as good as mine. And everybody, when they're in the castle, it just struggles. They really struggle. So my plan is to get rid of a lot of the decor after we get it submitted for the Build of the Month. But anyway, we'll start with a little tour here. So this is the very, very top. This is the big round tower. This is actually my bedroom. The roof was a nightmare. Doing these round towers, the roof on these towers, was an absolute nightmare. I wanted to do a whole bunch of this wood trim here in the tower as well, and I had to take a break from the tower, and I went and I did something else. It's not done, but like I said, I will probably finish that off just for decorative purposes, and then we'll probably go through and we'll get rid of a bunch of it. This right here doesn't really serve any purpose. I just thought it looked nice. And down below, you're not going to be able to see too well, but that's the bottom floor. There is no way of getting down there from here. You do have to actually leave and exit through the roof. So this right here is my tower. Can I close the door? Wait. There it is. Okay. And that's what the tower looks like from the outside, at least from the roof here. I did go ahead. I think this one's done with all the vines I wanted to put on it. I don't think I'm going to be adding any more to this one. So that one is officially done. I did figure out a way to make these little caps on the round towers. I tried going and looking up other people's ideas just to get some inspiration. I couldn't really find any that fit with the round tower, so I kind of just had to forcibly mess around with it. Each one of the towers kind of has a different cap to it, so I'll show you. I'll explain it just in case anybody else is struggling with the same thing. Because the round, obviously, you know, you look at these pieces, you can make round, but you can't. They don't have like ceilings that go with it. So this one over here is actually these pieces right here. Okay, and all I did was basically keep turning them one, and then you can actually, or no. This is that one's incorrect. Hold on. This one right here that I'm showing you is actually this tower and that tower over there. But the only difference is that one there, I built it up just a little bit higher, and that's why it's got, you know, it looks more like a cap. This one here is kind of blends into it because I built it right on the where these roof tiles actually connect up to it. Just because I wanted to try them all out to see which one I liked the most. They were very tedious. But basically what I did is you just keep turning it. Now it works the best when you have a large flat area to do this on. So what I ended up doing was building a bunch of ceilings all the way, you know, I mean, sticking out really far in order to build these up there. And then I just went through and I deleted all the ceilings. But you can see, oh, we're officially out of tar. We probably aren't out of tar. It's probably just too far away. But you can see where this is going. And you just keep going all the way around, and it's going to make a nice round cap. And it works the same way with the other stuff. Let's see if we can pick some of that up. Obviously, we're probably not going to have enough tar to, let's see. Okay, so this is, there we go. It's going to snap. So then same concept. You just keep turning it. And you can see here, We've only got one more tower. There we go. And you can see that this one here, let me actually put my hammer away. This one's going to have a really, really unique design. You can't see it too well from down here, and I think that there's actually a couple of them that misplaced properly. But when this one's done, this one's got a really, really unique, I can't even think of the word. It's like those paper animals that like you open up and then you like, it makes them into like a solid, I can't even think of the word. I know I see them a lot as like Easter decorations, but yeah, so that's what I ended up doing for the towers. Just in case anybody's looking for some ideas. It's tedious, but it looks nice in the end. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to break all this. I'm not going to leave this here. Okay. And then we're going to come over here and I'll show you this tower as well. Now, this one here I've been debating really quick. I've been debating on whether or not I should put a door in this one. There's a staircase right there that leads up into this tower. So it's not really an ideal place for a door, but I was thinking maybe I could put a window. I'm not sure. I don't know what would look better if I just put a window in there or if I just finish the wood trim and put a bunch of vines on it. I'm not 100% certain there. And this right here is actually just this is basically a chimney for a fireplace that's actually in my sister's room. So I can show you guys that as well. But if we come over here, this is where my fiance's room is. I didn't do any decorating in here because I told him that, you know, if he wanted to do it, he was welcome to do it. And I mean, he seemed like he really wanted to do it. He kept coming in here. So I decided, you know what, I'll wait, see what he does. And because he hasn't really had a chance to experiment too much with the way the building system works. When we first played Valheim, he did not play it with us, which was, you know, last year when it first came out. He wasn't playing it with us. It was just me, my brother, my sister, and then I think eventually my friend actually joined us as well. But for whatever reason, I can't even remember why he didn't. And so this is really his like first true playthrough of Valheim. And for the most part, when he plays, he's been fighting things and he's been helping me gather resources. So he's not really had a chance to get to know the building system. So I figured, you know what, I'll let him do some things so he can figure it out. These platforms over here are just meant to be kind of scaffolding for me to do the vines, finish the vines up on that tower. And then after that, that stuff's not going to stay. That's going to go. But that is the roof. And then these two towers, that's the only way to get into like my room and his room, as you have to come up to the roof. It was just the only way that would really work with, you know, us being able to have enough room to do a proper bedroom. So we're going to go down here now. This is technically the second floor. I started putting up signs because everybody kept telling me that they were getting lost. My sister in particular, she said she was just getting lost all the time. She couldn't find her way around. So I started putting up signs. They're not done, but it's a start. It's a start. So we're going to come over here and we're going to start with my friend's tower. She has named her character Daenerys. She's a big Game of Thrones fan. So we're going to come up here. This tower here, this part of the tower doesn't really have any purpose other than just, you know, aesthetics and decoration. I really like the way that these bay windows turned out. Her favorite color is blue, so I went ahead and gave her the blue banners, the blue torches, and I put some troll armor sets down for her as well. And if we come all the way up, here, right here where this blank wall is, this is actually where the roof is. This is where I was trying to debate on whether or not I should put a door in. I mean, I guess I could technically put a door in there. I think. I mean, I'm almost positive that right there is where the roof lines up. But we'll figure it out. It's not like the end of the world to have it figured out right this second. But it is some things that I have been contemplating. So this is the very top of the tower. This is her room, of course. I went ahead and just added as much blue as I could. Tried to build these little dressers so that, you know, everybody had chests that they could work with and keep their personal belongings in. And, you know, people don't really go into anybody else's room, so it's not really, you know, necessary to have the personal chest, so to speak. So we're good there. We're going to come back down here. So this is my sister's room. This was actually the first room that I finished originally, and I wasn't really sure who to give it to, but we ended up decorating it with red and black, and I was like, okay, well then my sister can have it. So it's really plain right now. There's a bunch of stuff that I was going to do. This was the first, like, experimentation I was doing with the beds. So there's a lot that I want to add to hers to help make it look a little bit more extravagant like I did some of the others, but I just haven't had a chance to come back in here yet. She is the only person that got a fireplace because that was something I was experimenting with as well. Like if I put fireplaces in everybody's rooms, what am I going to do to the roof? You know, because the roof's just going to have a bunch of chimney stacks sticking out of it, and I ended up not really wanting to do that because my brother had mentioned that the hanging braziers actually give you that same comfort bonus or the same fire bonus. You don't have to have a campfire. You can just use those. So that's kind of what I've been doing for everybody else's rooms. And again, I experimented a little bit, made her just kind of a basic dresser, put some coin stacks and stuff in here just to decorate. And other than that, she really doesn't have too much going on. We gave her a cultist trophy above her bed because it was the only thing I could really saw that was black and red. Although we actually, I want to say it was pulled a little prank on her the other day. Oh, it was hysterical. We put a troll head above her bed, and the reason that is significant is because the trolls, we always joke that the trolls actually look like a guy that she used to know that really, really liked her. Like, really liked her. But it was like a creepy level of liked her. And so we put the troll above her bed, and it looked like he was just watching her sleep. It was terrifying. It was absolutely terrifying. You know what? I could get a troll head and show you guys. Oh, it was so terrifying. I don't know how many people have hung these trolls, where are they, on the walls, but oh my Lanta, you guys. Oh, I've got so much stuff to put away. So all this stuff is from the last time that I'll explain that to you guys too. No, my brother wasn't on. So it was me, my sister, and maybe my friend. I think it was all of us except for my brother. He wasn't on. And we went up to the north to do some of the frost caves. I wanted to show them what the frost caves were, which is why I have the Fenring armor. But they hadn't seen it, so I was like, well, let's go. Why not? What's stopping us? All right, so really quick, I'm going to come through here. I'm going to take this, and then we're going to put that in there. Look at... Look at how terrifying that is. Oh, my Lanta. It's so terrifying. Oh, wow. Like, but yeah, anyway, we put that above her bed, and then when she finally signed back into the game, it was like, hey, go check out your bedroom. It was too funny. It was too funny. Let's put the cultist trophy back, though. That one's actually not bad. That one's not bad. That one looks pretty cool. So we're going to leave that there for her. But yeah, we pulled a little bit of a prank on her. It was funny. It was all in good fun. She laughed about it, too, at the end of the day. She thought it was just as funny. So I can't remember... I know that we showed off the secret room idea, but I can't remember. I don't think any of this was here. I put this here just to kind of offset the fact that there's just a random banner. I'm going to put some tankards and stuff on this table. I want to show you guys what I did to our secret room. I did decorate it a little bit. I don't know how much. Okay, so my friend had asked if she could take 2 of the gold piles to go buy her and my fiance the weight belt, because neither one of them had it. So I told her to go ahead with that. I think we still have some gold over at the community base, so I can go ahead and I can put the piles back. But there were 2 gold piles here. And, you know, it just kind of helped add to the decoration in here. But, yeah, and then I just added in some swords and shields. Basically anything that we could craft that would help just make it look nice in here. So, I mean, there's really nothing super important in here, but I just thought it helped make the room look like it needed to be secret, I guess, is the best way of describing that. And then over here, these signs were... So... These 2 hallways are a little bit confusing because they both technically lead to my brother's room. But this also is connected to the tower that leads down to the Mead Cellar that's next to the kitchen. And so I was trying really hard. Like, I didn't want both of these signs to say, you know, Kohana. Like, that's where he is, because it just didn't make any sense. So I put Mead Cellar there in the hopes that, you know, if my sister's up here and she's really that lost, even though there's a big exit sign over here, but at least she'd know, you know, Mead Cellar obviously means that's a way to get to the first floor. So that was my hope, is that she could get there, because she was telling me she gets really lost. She was lost in this castle for like 20 minutes the one time. We were all waiting for her to come out to go do, I can't even remember, like an exploration or something, and it was just like, are you coming? And she's like, yeah, as soon as I find the exit. It was pretty funny. It was really funny. So anyway, this is my brother's room. Now, over at his base, which I am also going to finish his base for him, because he actually had to give it up because his computer is not nearly as strong, and he couldn't load anything in. He said when he was over there trying to do stuff, he was at like 1 or 2 frames. It was really, really bad. So unfortunately, he can no longer finish his base, but I did tell him that I will go ahead and finish it for him, and I will show it to you guys. It's pretty cool. He did build a really, really cool base. But that's, that's going to wait until probably we're done with this one, which is fine. He says he's in no rush. But anyway, this is the room that I decided to make for him. When he was doing his base, he was using the green banners. He said he chose the green ones because really nobody else was using them. So I was like, okay, well then I'm just going to stick with that theme. And he's going to have green and black. His bed is really the first one that I designed that was really kind of like extravagant, I guess is the term for it. And I actually, if you come in here, I gave him a headboard, put down a treasure chest, just kind of made it look like really, really nice. I was using the green torches and stuff. And obviously this over here as well with a little dresser that he's got. And then I don't know what to put over here. I kind of stopped because I just wasn't sure. But again, it's not really like a big deal. I just kind of, especially with the frames kind of being as bad as they are right now, I have to be careful how much more I add to the castle. And then I put the beams going across the roof because I know he said that he really likes the look of that. So I was just like, okay, well, we're going to throw that in there too. And before we go downstairs, actually, I'll just show you what the inside of this tower looks like, but we're not going to go downstairs just yet. So I added some beams on the inside here. I thought it looked really, really, really neat. It comes to like I guess you'd call it like a star pattern there in the center, and I just put a brazier at the top. And then that right there is the first floor, and I just added a bunch of windows. So I think it looks really nice on the inside. I may go ahead and delete some of these torches. I don't know that we need every single one of them and the brazier in the center. I feel like that would probably help the frames too if I went through and just got rid of some of the torches. But that's that tower. Let's come over here really quick. So this is what I'm going to call the gallery. It's really empty right now, but my plan was to put a bunch of armor stands and item stands on the wall so that we can display, armor, weapons, that kind of thing. I just haven't gotten around to it. It's kind of not high on my priority list. And then this, of course, is the bridge that was one of the first things we built for the castle. This thing is still standing. It really doesn't serve much of a purpose, but I just like the look of it. And that leads over here to what we call the relaxation room because we put a hot tub down there. Which is why up on some of these signs here, it just says relax. Because that's just, I didn't really want to put hot tub, and I didn't want to put relaxation. And then this is just the other end of the gallery hall. Gallery's over there. There's just another hallway here. And if we follow this hallway all the way around, this is going to lead back to the beginning where my sister and my friend's rooms are. So that just takes us all the way back over here, and that is the second floor. So now we're going to go down to the first floor. I can see it's already becoming nighttime. Okay. Now this room here is the portal room. And I went ahead and I knocked out some of the floor tiles behind it, and I sunk some of, the orange, the blue, and the green torches down below just to give it some color. And I know that that's probably not helping my frames either, but I just really liked the way that looked. And I love this lattice. I love the way the lattice looks. And then I also made this the unofficial storage room only because I figure, most people, when they're leaving the castle, they're not really doing anything on my island. Let's be honest. There's not a whole lot to do on this island. It's very small. I've got, a swamp area over here that I don't think it even has a crypt. I think it's maybe just got some enemies. I know there's an abomination that spawns over there because my fiance brought it back to the castle once. And then I've got a couple of fueling camps, and that's pretty much it. There's not a lot going on my island. So when people go to do stuff, they go through the portal and they just go elsewhere in the world. So when they're coming back, they always come through the portal. I figured the easiest way is to have the storage in here so that people can just come through. They can drop off whatever they've collected, and, they can go ahead and leave again if they really want to. I didn't want to have people trying really hard to find their way around the castle. Let me get a torch, just in case things start to get really dark, because I don't want to add any more torches than I have to. But in here is the main crafting area. So I have gone ahead and I've gotten, I want to say almost all of the crafting benches. I want to say so. Obviously, we've got our spinning wheel. We've got our workbench. I think the workbench is about as high as it's going to get. I want to say that I've got all that. Same thing with the forge. And then we have our artisan table here as well. And in here is our smelting. We have 2 kilns on either side. One of these is the regular furnace. And then one of them here is the blast furnace as well, which is fine. We don't need much more than that. Because we have the automatic deposit feature turned on, we really don't even have to do anything. We come in here, we just deposit stuff into these chests, and it literally just pulls and does everything for us. I want to say, yeah, it was working on black metal when everybody got off last night. So we finally have some of that stuff going. All right, so now if we come in here, this was the main room of the castle that we were kind of using as a makeshift storage in the beginning. I finally moved all those chests out, went ahead, and I turned it into, I guess you'd call it a party hall. Let me turn this, yeah, let me put that away. We've got enough light in here. It's far from finished. I think my sister had mentioned maybe we should put some armor stands around the edges as well, just to help add some decor, because you figure, I mean, the outside of the room really has nothing going on. And then we've got a throne that I built over here as well. And again, I did the same thing that I did with the portals. I sunk the floor down and I put a bunch of colored torches back there. This one I actually put some glass in as well. And then I'm going to have to put a beam in across there, because unfortunately, if I want the lattice to go up any higher, it'll stick through the floor up above. So I can't do that, but I will probably go ahead and just add another beam. But I thought that the throne came out looking pretty good. And then this hallway here leads to our relaxation room, and I do want to add some archways in just to make that look nice as well. But really in here, the only thing we've got going on, I did add some banners to try and hide some of the ugliness underneath where the beams don't necessarily go in the directions I want them to go. I did have some banners hanging on this to help some of this ugliness, but I ended up taking them away. I don't think I'm really going to worry too much about it. I think that, at the end of the day, it is what it is. And we're just going to leave it. And then up on the second floor there, I did go ahead and I put a bunch of glass windows in all the way around just to help, make it look really nice. And if you look up, you can see up there on the third floor where the roof is, the very, very top is my room. And that's just kind of where all that lattice work is. And I did have the beams up there at the bottom of the floor. They're going one way, or they're on one, I'm not even sure what you'd call that, one point. And then here they're on a different point just to give it, I guess some more texture. I'm not really sure. I think it looks nice. I thought it really, really looked nice, rather than them all being on the same one. And then we have our hot tub over here, and I wasn't sure what I should put in this corner. I figure there's really no point in having more than one hot tub because we don't have that many people playing. So this room's kind of empty, but I figure, you know what, it's off to a good start at the very least. So that is this side of the castle. So now if we come out here, this is technically outside. This is technically the front door. We will come down here and we'll take a look at it. I'm not done with all the ivy and stuff. And of course it's nighttime, so it's hard to see everything. I'm sure YouTube's going to make this ridiculously dark. But this is where I was at with the ivy. And obviously I'm going to finish that off again before I submit it for the build of the month. But again, I'm probably going to just pull all that ivy back down when we're done with it. And this is the way that the courtyard's turned out, again, with all the ivy crawling up the walls. And I'll show you guys the garden, but right now let's come over here and we'll check out this side of the castle. So in here, I can't remember. I think this is where we first started decorating. I actually want to say, I think I was able to show you guys the kitchen and stuff. So I think that you guys have already seen all of this. We did upgrade our cooking pot. Or our cooking, is that what this is? The cauldron? Because we learned the pots and pans. So we are officially able to make like lox pies and stuff. So that's been a real help. We got a whole bunch of food cooked up, which has really, really helped us especially when we went up north to the frost caves. Yeah, that was fun. And then if we come over here, again, it just leads down to the Mead Cellar. I really haven't done anything down there. I don't remember how much of it you guys have seen, but I really haven't done anything. I think, yeah, I just added fermenting barrels. I haven't done anything else. I did want to come down here and I want to get some dark wood in there just to help, make it look like it matches the rest of the castle. But other than that, there's really nothing super exciting going on over here. And then I think we're about going to have time to check out the garden, and then I may have to call that the end of the episode. I was going to go do some frost caves, but I didn't anticipate how long it would take to show you guys the castle. All right, so this is the garden out here. Garden, animals, this is where it all is. So the first thing that we ended up building was a lox pen, and my brother was kind enough to go and actually take the time to tame some loxes for me. So we have our own Loxy and Appa over here now, and I went ahead and I had to put the spiked barricades all around the top of it, because Fuelings will actually come over here to the hillside and throw spears at our Loxes, which is why Appa and Loxy actually have damage done to them. That's why some of their health is missing, because the Fuelings over here are little turds and they come and they just throw things at them. But hopefully that's going to help the turret. And then right here we went ahead and I just made a small garden, because the one at the community center was much larger than this. And then I noticed just trying to harvest things, it was a lot of work. It was a lot of work. Are you going to come over here and be a problem? Do I have arrows? All right, Andy's dead. Okay. So I decided, I was telling my brother, I was like, well, I'm going to keep it small because I want it to be manageable. So that right there is our garden. And then over here, over here is where I discovered the ivy. I first discovered that because we have the plant everything mod, which lets us plant like all these bushes and stuff. They're literally just for decorative purposes. They don't serve any, like you don't plant them and then wait a little while and get any like more wood or anything out of them. They're literally just decorations. But I was trying to figure out what to do with some of these bare earth patches, and I was just like, oh my Lanta, we have vines. I could decorate the crap out of this place, which I'm sure does not help the frames, but I thought it looked really nice, so I just kind of kept going with it. This over here is going to be the wolf pen. We actually tried, the last time we got a wolf event, we tried to get some wolves in here. Me and my fiance died numerous times trying to get wolves in there and just be able to shut the gate, and it just didn't work. It was bad. But I'm thinking that's going to be the only way that I can actually get wolves here on my island, is if we are able to capture some during that event. And then right here, it's unfinished, but of course this is going to be our boar pen. So you can see, the castle's not completely done, but it is mostly done. It's operational. We'll call it that. It is officially operational. Let's go ahead and close that. And then, oh, we've got some friends coming. Hello, buddy. Hi. I wasn't even really doing anything, and you guys just decide to come and say hi, huh? Is he going to be a problem, or is he just going to be okay over there? All right, he's dead. Great. Okay, wow, there's so much stuff to collect. That's okay. Not the end of the world. All right, but you know what? Yeah, man, I can't believe how long that took. I really was expecting to be able to go and do some other things with you guys, but I guess that's not going to happen. The castle tour, I guess, is all we really had time for, so I apologize for that, guys. But you know what? I think maybe in the next episode, we're actually going to get back into doing some fighting. All the decorations and stuff I can do off camera. You guys don't need to witness any of that. I'm not going to force you guys to sit through any of that. So I think maybe the next episode we'll go and we'll check out the frost caves, or maybe we could even do the bone mass fight. I don't know. We'll get some of it done. But anyway, thank you guys so much for coming and hanging out. I hope everybody has a fantastic rest of the day. I hope to see everybody come back for the next episode, and until then, bye guys!